Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from Big Brick. And I just realized that it's getting dark, so that's a little better. But, today we have another set review, and this is set number 75903, the Haunted Lighthouse from Scooby Doo. It's 437 pieces. It contains 5 minifigures, which you can see right there. And that's kind of what the box looks like. Can't get much better than that. Right there, you can see I got it on clearance. But this tripod is awful. I need a new tripod. But if we move the box aside, you can see the entire thing. We got 2 instruction booklets right here, and they're both about equal size. But then you can see we have the entire lighthouse. We're gonna zoom in on the boat first, and we'll take a look at the figures last. Yeah, this tripod is awful. Need a new one. But there you go. We got the little boat that is included with the set, and the boat is actually a decent shaped boat. And it uses very few pieces too. It's got the stickers on the side to make it, to use the Scooby Doo Mystery Machine colors. This one sticker on the front with little flowers, because it's kind of how Scooby Doo rolls, I guess. I'm going to detach this rope for a second in the back, so we can just look at the boat. It has these clear things on the bottom, so it can actually like tip to the side, like that, or like that on curves, on turns, really steep turns. I do really like the way they did this motor though. They put the propeller down on there as a gear, pretty cool. And it has this motor in the back, which is pretty cool. And Scooby Doo is the one who kind of is supposed to be driving it, but you could easily put like Velma, or not Velma, Daphne, right? I don't know. I know next to nothing about Scooby Doo, just so. Daphne, yep, that's her name. I knew that, totally. But, we do have the sitting version of Scooby Doo. We'll take a closer look at him in a moment. But, attached to the back here, we got Shaggy with his little seaweed shirt. And, he has these blue medium Azure skis, and this little handle so that he can hold on. And he also has a, sandwich in his other hand, which this sandwich is an awesome piece. Nice, brand new print on there. It's actually kind of built upside down-ish. So, you can attach the string on like that, and it attaches onto the handle, and now you can pull Shaggy around. And it's, it's kind of cool. So, now let's move on to the actual lighthouse, which is a pretty cool build. Not the, it kind of looks bad-ish, partially because it's supposed to, but, it's supposed to look old and run down. We're just going to move that to the side, and we'll start down here with the bottom section. And a bug just landed on me. Great. So, I'll start over here on this side, and this is kind of how the, well actually, the real thing that would happen would be, I mean you can see from the outside it has this nice little rocky appearance, this little skull over here, skull-like thing, got little eyes, and the eyebrow rocks, little teeth. That's a pretty cool little thing, but I would assume that the whole adventure would start with this lever. They would be investigating the skull or something. They'd find this lever, and they would use this lever to open the skull, right? And inside there's this little crate. I'm gonna get a flashlight. I need some better desk lighting. Should work on that. But in there you can see there's a little crate. So if we pull up this crate, you can see inside of it, it has some diving gear, some flippers, and a little breathing tank. And it also has this crowbar. So this crowbar, I mean the diving gear they could use to go swimming or something. Swim out of there, I don't know. And other interesting thing to note about this little area, this little cove, that's what it looks like closed up, and the crate would be right there. And I'll put the diving gear back there. But there's kind of, just kind of pretend it's attached, Okay, I don't know why it's so hard to attach. Probably because I'm using one hand. But so there we go. There's the little room with the crate in it. But this sticker here, which I guess I'll zoom in on a little bit. You can see it's kind of got some little wood detailing and this little arrow. When you turn that, it will open up the thing. They're on the same axle, but the reason that this gear is here is because it keeps it from, falling back down. Because if you go like that, it like wobbles around. But if you put this gear in, it kind of like makes it a little bit harder to turn, and it kind of stays at different angles. And you can see this middle section there that is kind of spoiling what's going to be coming up next. But with the crowbar, we'll take Daphne, who does have this oar, which is just kind of, her little makeshift weapon or whatever, against the other guys. But she can take this, and we'll take the two monsters out of the way for the moment. But she can take this crowbar, and she can lift up these little planks. There's two of them here. They're both stickers. There's one of them, and there's the other. I'm pretty sure they're the same. But they're just kind of put over this little hole in the ground, which you can see right there. I'll turn the tripod down towards it. But underneath there, if we pull that off, there's this little map, which is actually a printed piece, not a sticker, which is really cool. Nice to get in this little set. And we can put that back under there. And it does kind of like show the whole adventure. They would take this and then they would follow the X, right? And the X would lead them into the lighthouse. So they would go, and I'll show you the rest of the lighthouse in a minute. They would go into the lighthouse, right? And they would be able to see that there is, in fact, a stove with a frying pan, which you guys couldn't see too well. I should probably turn on the light. But there's this stove and a little frying pan on it. So that's really all there is to this floor of the lighthouse. Nothing too special. Spoiler alert, don't look down there. But there is this little ice cream cone piece in black with a flame on it to make a torch. So then they would decide, there's nothing inside there. So they would walk over here, and they see the sign that says keep out, which is a nice sticker on there, on that piece. I guess I should probably show it up closer. That's what it looks like, kind of painted on there. And that's kind of an interesting way to put that up there at a weird angle. But then they can climb up the stairs. See this little, I should probably move up the camera. They can see this little, this little weird plant that is kind of attached in an interesting way. And there's this door up here. I don't know why this is a door, but, kind of a jail bar thing. But they would run into the spider web, and they would be all scared. And it has this nice spider on there, so it's a nice piece. You can kind of get trapped in there by the spider web. And on the wall there, you can see there's a sticker with some tally marks on it. Nothing too intense, kind of showing you how long the people have been trapped in jail. But if we move up even further still, and move my tripod all the way up, this is a tall one, you'll see that there is a top of the lighthouse section. And you can kind of just stand up there if you want, but then maybe they would start moving up. You can see these little panels, the glass panes, have stickers on them. Two of them have little shattered things, and the other two are just normal. But inside there's a couple flames. And they do use a nice droid headpiece on the top to give this an interesting shape. But this lifts up like that, and underneath there they'll find a key and also find a bone. And they can close that up, take the key, move the bone, because bones are creepy. And then they can go down here. Or you can pretend that maybe the door is locked and you need to open up the door with the key. But then they can go down to the ground underneath, or maybe they'll go diving and find it, but then they can find this treasure chest, which is kind of what they're searching for in this set. And this is a nice treasure chest. It's the color that they use for the Minecraft color chest, the Lego Minecraft. And inside, you got this nice little silvery goblet and 2 gemstones, a red one and a green one. And that's pretty cool. And that's, you know, the treasure for the set. So, I mean, that's kind of the story behind the set. I mean, we'll notice it is, even if you just don't think, like, if you don't pay attention to the play features and stuff in the set, it is just a nice looking lighthouse. Like, I'll give it that much. But, you know, let's see if I can get the whole thing. There you go. I don't really care for this boat that much. I think it's really bright and kind of ugly looking. But the set does still have one thing going for it, and I guess I forgot to mention this little smaller tiny lighthouse. You can really just take it off, and just like that. Nothing too fancy there either. And I do like all the rock pieces in the set. I mean, I like rock pieces just in general, but like gray slopes and stuff, I find those pretty useful when building stuff. But that's not all that there is to this set. Not only does this set have a pretty funky little build, nice lighthouse, it also has 5 minifigures, or 4 minifigures, and a Scooby Doo. I have already showcased 2 of these figures on my channel, I think. But we'll move this all aside. We'll pull in the minifigure spinner, which is top secret. Nobody wants to see it. It's pretty ugly, but it is on a base plate, I guess. I spoiled that much. Oopsies. But let's take a look at the figures. So first up, we'll take a look at, you know, the star of the set, or the theme in general, and that is Scooby Doo. And you can see he's kind of got this scared expression on one side of his face, and he's got some spots around him, the tail in the back, some more spots on the other side, and he's got his little collar, which we'll zoom in on for a second. You can see it says SD, and that's the whole collar is printed on there, I believe. But he just had this little bar piece on the top, which you can attach the, you know, you can attach the Scooby Doo head, which this particular printing is not exclusive. Neither of the parts of Scooby Doo are exclusive, but this particular combination is, I think. This is the only sitting scared one. And from one side of his face, he doesn't look too scared either. So you can have him either like, hey, happy Scooby Doo, or really scared Scooby Doo. And you can kind of see his eyes printed on there too. And not only can you just, like, you know, give him a Scooby Doo head, there is one other thing that you can do. And that would be, you have the ability to take that off and go like that. Just, you know, the coolest little Scooby Doo ever. I should have done that in my minifigure showcase video. I have a feeling more people would have seen it. But, so that's all for Scooby Doo. But, moving on, we have Shaggy, who I'm not leaving his skis with him because there's really no point. This is, according to Brickset, this is called Shaggy. Well, the official name of the figure is Shaggy Seaweed and Starfish Shirt. That's the name of this variant of Shaggy. But you can see, he does, it's not really lying, because he does have seaweed and a starfish on his shirt. This is the only exclusive part of him, and it is exclusive to this one set, obviously. Because he does have seaweed all around his back. He has no leg printing on those dark red legs. He does have dual molded arms, which is nice. There's the front of his face, back of his face. This facial expression appears in a couple sets. And I do really like that Shaggy hair mold. And he obviously comes with his sandwich. But next figure is Daphne. And she's a pretty nice looking figure. I really like the way that she comes out in Lego form. Don't know exactly what she's supposed to look like, you know, just in the show or movie or whatever. Scooby Doo, you know, anything Scooby Doo. I don't know exactly what she's supposed to look like. But she does have an oar. We can take that away from her, because it's not really helpful. She does have this really nice hairpiece, which looks very cool, very smooth and cartoony. And it does have the little hair band. That's what it looks like from the front. Her face is kind of a very plain old face. There's the back printing on there. She does have back printing on her torso, and front printing on her torso with that nice green scarf. And then on her legs, she does have a little bit of printing, and it looks like she's wearing a skirt or shorts and purple shoes. So, put her hair back on, and you can see she's pretty cool. She's not exclusive to this set, she also appears in the big one of the wave, but this is the cheapest way to get her. And now come the last two figures, who are probably the cooler ones. We'll stick with the coolest last, in my opinion. This guy's going to be tough to see, the details on his torso and legs. But he's got this gray beard piece, which I believe is the piece that was used on one of the hobbits from The Hobbit. Not the hobbits, one of the dwarves from The Hobbit. But I think it was Balin that used it, and I think it was white. Not 100% sure about that. But this guy's called the Lighthouse Keeper. And, you know, his face is creepy. It is glow in the dark. I will do a minifigure showcase where you'll be able to see that it is glow in the dark. And you can kind of see on his torso, he's got a jacket with a little turtleneck underneath, a red turtleneck. And a little rope going around him. And you can see he's kind of got curves printed on his front, you know. But, so that's a little bit odd. And obviously there's his face printing. Really kind of strange face. But the back of his torso print is pretty, you know, bland, just the rope going around. But when the mystery solvers realize that this isn't just a spooky lighthouse keeper, it's actually some lady named Verona Dempsey, I think, right? I'm going to double check that with Brickset. Yeah, Verona Dempsey. That's her name. And so she does have another face, and that's kind of why they had the curves printed on her torso. Yeah, so interesting, and she's busted, but she does get to keep her beard. And last figure is the Swamp Creature. This is another monster in the set. He does have a trident, which is nice, very cool piece. And this swamp monster mold is reused from the Monster Fighters sets, I believe. Pretty sure about that one. And it is a darker green than the last one, so it's not the same piece, different colors, obviously. And it does have this little, it has these little weird ear things and this thing going down in the center of his head. And the face print on this guy is really weird. Big mouth, big eyes, little nose. And the front of his torso is pretty cool. It's got this little purple belly. And this guy also is not just a swamp monster. He's a swamp monster with back printing. But no, seriously, he also has this other face on him, which makes him some old guy. I don't remember the old guy's name, but let's check with Brickset. Give me a minute. Brickset's gonna tell me. And I believe his name is Mr. something or other. I love the internet. Give me a minute. It comes with Mr. Brown, I think that's his name. Let's double check. I just trying to check the tags on that one, but you know, he can wear that there. Yes, his name is Mr. Brown. So, all in all, pretty cool figure selection for this one little Scooby Doo set. I think that the standout part of the set for me is the actual lighthouse build. Standout figure is definitely this swamp monster. I think that looks really nice. But we'll take the lighthouse back into view, because that is all included in the set. There is nothing extra special that remains to be seen. I think that one of the cool things about this set to me is just the playability of it. Just the whole mystery that they can solve out. It's kind of different from most normal play sets. You don't really have, it's not really like a mystery set. So I do like that about the Scooby Doo theme as a whole. I think the Scooby Doo theme is pretty cool. While I'm not a big fan of Scooby Doo at all, I just think it's kind of a nice, it's kind of a different and interesting theme to me. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you did. And have a fantastic day. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye, guys.